everyone, what's up and welcome back to the Mama's Review. So today we are in my kitchen because today I thought it would be fun to do a cleaning of my oven. Yes, my stove is starting to get a little bit disgusting on the inside, and so I thought I would show you guys how I go ahead and clean it very naturally and chemical free. So if you're interested in that, let's get started. Okay, so the first things that you're going to want to do is add your ingredients together. So I have 1/3 cup of water here, so we're going to go ahead and put that in to a bowl, and then as well as 1 cup or almost 1 cup of baking soda. You're going to pour that into the bowl as well, and we're just going to mix that right up. Whoops, and try not to make a mess. And basically this is just going to make your paste. I'm actually going to add a little bit more water because we want it to be more of a paste, and this is just a little too thick, so just keep stirring. Okay, so that's pretty perfect. The consistency you want is kind of just like that. So I put probably another 1/3 of water in, probably a little less. Just add until you think that it's about that consistency. So we also are going to need a spray bottle and some pure white vinegar. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the vinegar and put it into your spray bottle, and kind of lastly is a sponge. And so you're going to go ahead and use that sponge to actually put the paste that we've created into the oven. So I'll show you how to do that now. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your oven and remove the trays that are in the oven. And remove anything from the bottom of the oven. So I have an old crispy potato there. Remove that out of the way. And so once you've got it open like this, what you're going to go ahead and do is take your bowl of paste and your sponge, and really you're just going to go ahead and put it everywhere in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I've got the entire oven coated. Now, like I said, you're going to want to let it sit for 12 hours. So make sure you do this when you don't need to use your oven. And today I know that I'm not going to be using my oven, so I can go ahead and do that and still get it cleaned before the end of the day so that I can use it tomorrow. If you want, you can do this right at the end of the day and then clean it the next morning, and that way it sort of sits overnight. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this now, and it gets to sit for 12 hours. So one last thing, guys, and this is totally optional. If you want to clean these the same way, you can go ahead and do that. What I like to do with these is I like to sort of just scrub them down with whatever I have left in my bowl, and there's not much, but you won't need much. And don't worry about getting the top kind of gross and dirty of your oven, because we're going to go ahead and clean that as well. I'm going to rinse my bowl out and get it ready for later. Yeah, guys, I will see you in about 12 hours when we go ahead and actually clean the oven. Okay, guys, so it is the next morning. It has sat all night. Again, you're going to want to put on some grubby clothes, so I just have the grubby clothes I had on yesterday. We're going to go ahead and open it up, and I will show you kind of the next steps. I've got my spray bottle here, and I've got it about this full with some of the white vinegar to go ahead and clean it. So let's get started. I have a little bit of water here just so I can rinse my sponge as we go along. So you're going to take your spray bottle, and I haven't used it yet, so we got to give it a good couple of sprays, kind of open it up a bit. There, like that, and then you're just going to spray. So once you have that, you're going to go ahead and start to actually scrub. Now, I have not cleaned my oven in a very long time, I am embarrassed to say, but you can see already just by doing that little bit that it takes off a ton of this gross garbage on here. Now, another little tip that I have for really tough surfaces is I've just got a little razor here, and you're just going to go ahead and scrape that along, and it'll take off all of that. You can use a butter knife or whatever. The razor is a huge tip for getting this clean, and the reason that is because it allows you to scrape the surface without damaging or ruining the surface. And I mean, you could do this without the vinegar and baking soda, but the vinegar and baking soda are just going to help to really loosen everything up. So it's going to take a lot more elbow grease if you didn't have it, and a lot more time. So my video cut out, but basically all I did is I continued to wipe, and I wiped everything out just like I was showing you before. Then I went ahead and wiped the trays down. I just sprayed them right on the surface and wiped them down. Then what I like to do is I like to shut my oven. I like to wipe it down and dry it off first, and then shut my oven and preheat it to 350 until it gets to 350, and then stop it and let it just sit hot. The reason I like to do that is I like to get all that residue off. There's going to be some residue left over from the actual baking soda and vinegar, so that just helps burn and get rid of all of that, and so then it's nice and clean. So once you are done, you're going to have a little bit of baking soda on the top of your oven, so you can go ahead and clean that the same way we've been cleaning the other stuff. And then once it's all done, I'm going to come back and show you guys the final result. Okay guys, so there you have it, my nice clean oven. It's one thing that you can mark off of your to-do list for spring cleaning, and it's so nice because I can do it when my son's at home. A lot of those really harsh chemicals that you use when you clean your oven, they're just not good for you, they're not good for your baby, they're not good for your children, and so this is a really, really nice alternative to cleaning your oven. It takes maybe a little bit more time than some of those other ones, and a little bit more elbow grease, but it is seriously one of the best methods I've ever tried. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Hit subscribe if you haven't already to follow along, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.